Hey everybody, this is Dave Blair, and I thought I'd go over my Season 2 of 2021. I mainly focused on the BMW M4 GT4 car, and here you can see the schedule. Now, I raced in all of these races, and our last one was here at Laguna Seca. We'll check the results and see how I finished. So I'm still in Division 3, and I finished 32 out of 730. 8 weeks counted, 18 starts, which meant I raced more than once per week. I tried to race at least 2 per week, but that would have been 24, so I didn't quite get it. I did have one win here, and I had 12 top 5. And then if we look at all divisions, I finished 96 out of 7,519 for the season. Not bad. Okay, the other season that I concentrated on was the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge Series. And again, I tried to run the BMW M4 GT4 car here, although I also have the Porsche that I did run on a couple. So again, if we check the schedule here, now this is a multi-class race. And here you can see the schedule for all 12 weeks, and we ended up at Road Atlanta as the last race. Now these races are a little bit longer than the other ones. These are 30 minutes each race, and the other ones were 12 minutes each race. And again, I tried to focus on the BMW this season. So again, for Division 3, I finished 57th out of 1,348. I had 24 starts, which meant I raced this one twice a week. And I had 6 top 5s. Okay, if we look at all divisions, I finished 201 out of 7,833. So again, not too bad. Yeah, so my last race of the season was at Laguna Seca, and we'll take a look at that one. Okay, so you can see here that I qualified 6th, and we're getting ready to start the race right now, and I end up finishing 6th. Already we're having problems. Got a blinker up there. That guy got spun out. Now I did not see this guy on my quarter panel. And so, yeah, I'm already off to a really bad start. Now, I had a few problems this series. Mainly with my VR. So at this point, I think I dropped all the way to last. And I've got less than 12 minutes to make up my spots. I would say after the start, though, I got pretty aggressive with the passing. There's that guy that was blinking out. I really hate the blinkers. But anyway, like I was saying, I had some problems this season. So I'm running the HP Reverb G2 VR headset. I think I touched that guy's bumper. I'm not sure. I came really close if I didn't. But anyway, I'm running the HP Reverb G2, and I've been having it, it just goes black. Not very long, maybe about 10 seconds, and it probably did that maybe 3 or 4 times. I lost track, but again, it's not for a long period of time, and if I shake the cord, the image comes back. So I don't know what the problem is. I think I may have kinked the cord somewhere, and so I tried to straighten it out and reinforce it with some electrical tape. So that doesn't have the bend in it. Although I'm not sure that that's the problem, because it's just a slight bend. It's not even that bad, so I don't know why it would be, causing it to cut out. The other thing that I think it could be is the Type-C connector. I'm using the Type-C on the back of the computer, and I have another one that's on top of the computer, and if I plug it in the one on top, it might make a better connection because it'll have gravity working with it. Yeah, so again, I don't know what the problem is with the headset, but in this particular race, I ran this on the flat screen, and for that I have just a 43-inch 4K TV, and so that's what I was running here in this race, which is, why I didn't see the guy on my quarter panel. And I am running crew chief with the spotter, and I didn't hear somebody on my left or anything. So yeah, but again, if when I look back on it, it looked like he had enough room. He kind of came out to the right and tapped my rear bumper, which set me all the way back. But anyway, so I get this pass. I was behind. I felt like I was behind this guy for a long time. It's car number 14 here, and he was really holding me up. I was like riding his bumper, and then I finally got ahead of him, and then I was like, oh, don't let him catch back up because I don't want to have to pass him again. But at this point, because I got spun out in the beginning, I was driving pretty aggressively, again, trying to make up spots, and I was mad that I got taken out, in my opinion. Again, I think I left the guy enough room on the left. But yeah, he tapped my quarter panel. Anyway, so this has not been a really smooth season, although I have enjoyed this car. So, been trying to concentrate on just one car and 2 series using the same car. I did not buy the McLaren, which is the new GT4 car, mainly because this series here is just for the BMW M4 GT4 car and not any of the others. So the IMSA Pilot Challenge is the one that has 3 GT4 cars in it now, and then the Audi, I think it's an LMS car or something. It's the it's multi-class, so it'd be the class below the GT4 then. But yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed this car in the 2 seasons that I ran it in, but I don't know. I was struggling with the VR and struggling with going to the flat panel TV. I'm also running Race Labs has a radar. I was also using the radar on this race. It's not that great of a radar, though, to tell you the truth. The Helicorsa and Assetto Corsa is actually better. But yeah, I was trying to think of, what else could I get that would show me when I have a car on my left or a car on my right and when I'm clear. Yeah, I didn't waste any time behind this guy. As soon as I caught him, I passed him. So, looking forward to Season 3, I don't know. I feel like I've made a lot of changes this season. I'm running the IRFFB force feedback now. I am using it with VJoy. It took me a while to figure all that stuff out and get it working correctly, but I have been using that, and I would say it does give me better force feedback. Although, while it is, I think, better, it's not like you can just turn it on and go out and tear up the track. You still have to drive carefully or you can spin out. But I think that the feedback, the force feedback is better using IRFFB for right now. Then the other problem is the IMSA races are open setup. This race that I'm doing right here, these are fixed setup races. So on the open setup side, I feel compelled to get a good setup, which means I might have to pay for it. And while, I don't know, it kind of goes against everything. I mean, I don't feel like you should have to pay for setups, but I've had I've had friends from the sim pit give me setups, and a setup does make a huge difference, and I'm just not just not comfortable setting up my car myself. I don't know, I just really struggle with having to buy setups. I don't know why that is. You know, I've talked to other people in the sim pit, and they're like, you know, it's just the cost of being competitive. And while I really enjoy iRacing, and it is a great place to come out and compete, yeah, this guy totally let me have the inside there. I just lunged up the inside and made the easy pass. You know, it's just the price of competing. And you know, because if you're just running baseline, I don't feel like you can be as competitive as you could be if you buy a setup. Or, you know, there's some places where you can, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can sub to them with your Twitch Prime. So it doesn't really cost you anything, but I don't know. I mean, it still costs. Here's some good side-by-side action. Sometimes getting a pass done is really difficult. Sometimes it's super easy. He goes wide there. That scared me a little bit because I was like, oh no, he's going to come across and hit me, but he didn't. So I got that pass done. Let's see where we're at when we cross the start-finish line. I don't know, I've just been really kind of disillusioned with iRacing lately, though. I mean, I've had a good time, but I feel like I'm constantly trying to up my gear, up my everything. All right, so I'm in 7th, and we're on lap 7. You know, it's like I can't, you know, I run IRFFB, that's a program. I run Crew Chief, there's another program. I run VJoy, there's another program. You know, so that's 3 additional programs just to run this game, or just to be competitive in this game. And then, you know, if you say, well, okay, you know, I need to go to another website and get, you know, or download a setup. You know, it's like, it just, I don't know, it's kind of gotten to be too much, but I don't know. You know, Forza was just so much easier. You could just go on the leaderboard and download somebody's tune, try it out. If you didn't like it, you know, you could download something else, but at least you knew what you were getting was a good setup. And the other thing in Forza, I mean, while you could download somebody's setup, you know, and you had to buy all the parts that go along with that setup, but you couldn't really see the setup. It would just be put on your car, so you wouldn't know what they did or what parts were installed, even though there were ways to figure that stuff out. But I still think it's a better system. Yeah, I overshot that corner. I was really pushing at this point, but yeah, the guy in front of me, I think, is like, he was like 9 or 7 seconds up. You can see him. He's just going around that turn down there. But one of them wrecks out. I saw 2 cars. One of them wrecks out, and so that's how I got 6th. Because they were quite a ways ahead of me. I knew I wasn't going to catch them without any help. Sometimes I think, you know, it's like maybe I'll I'll jump into ACC. I won't have to buy cars and I won't have to buy tracks, and I could probably get a decent setup online for free and you know stop all this nonsense. But then again, I really don't like the way ACC drives. I think I've talked about this on the SimPit live channel, but like the cars in ACC don't really have any coast to them. Like when you take your foot off the gas, it feels like the car is like you have a foot on the brake. Oh yeah, so this guy, he got tangled up with lap down traffic, I think. Oh, it says I'm in 6th. Oh, that was the end of the race. Well, there you go. All right, thanks for watching.